Hello once again, Star Wars Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba. Yes, 3 weeks in a row and I've been out on my porch. Or I should say 3 episodes in a row and I've been out on my porch. Why? Because I love this weather. And you know, we're at a point now where it seems like where we live, it's either super hot and humid or freezing cold. So whenever we get the moments where it's like just right, we take advantage of it. So, 3 boxes. What do I have here? Well, a while back, I had done a video where it was actually unrelated to what I'm going to unbox, but I was doing some, reorganizing down in my basement, in my Star Wars collection area, and I kind of pointed out at the end of the video, I showed a thing of glasses. I showed the vintage Star Wars glasses, and we had done an episode about all those different vintage glasses, and I kind of found I needed to complete that collection, and I found 1 or 2 or 3 that I needed, and then I was able to complete it. But then we had I showed another set of glasses. They were not actually glass, they were technically plastic, and I basically was showing them to basically show that Target, I believe, at exclusively Target, they were releasing kind of figures with plastic cups in the tradition or in the style of those fast food premium glasses that you used to be able to get at McDonald's, Burger King, Burger Chef, I think is where some of those ones came from. So they were plastic, but they looked glass, and they had the same kind of comic style art on it, and they had different characters and things, and they were related to the prequels as well as some other ones from the original trilogy. So I had been picking them up a little at a time, and I finally said that's enough. I should just finish the collection because I think I only needed 4. I think so. I believe these are all it. These were all eBays, so I haven't double checked. So if this might go south. I know I don't believe there's no non-Star Wars things that are coming in the mail, but there may be 1 or 2 other things that are not glasses. But why don't we just start? All right, so we'll start with this one at the top. Okay, and as I have said, I've used eBay quite a bit. I'm not very. I have noticed that a lot of the 90s, 2000s Star Wars items are not going up in value. They seem to be kind of in a holding pattern. I just think that's because Star Wars has had, it's funny. Like Star Wars has had, the resurgence in the 90s. Everybody thought that it was going to devalue the figures that came out in the 70s and 80s. And it didn't happen. The Star Wars figures in the 70s and 80s are immensely popular. They are hugely expensive. Even old ones that I've had damaged cards, I've sold for hundreds of dollars. So it's definitely not happened. They've gone up in price. No issue there. However, I do believe that the creation of Hasbro doing Star Wars line after Star Wars line after Star Wars line, updating figures, updating them again, updating them a third time, has caused the desirability of older figures, meaning the older figures from the 90s and beyond, to go down. Maybe that's because of just, like, for me, I'm at the point now that I don't have the room to store all these things. So when I did my kind of straightening up, I put at least 50 figures, loose figures in little baggies to put out for the next sale. All over the place, from nothing from vintage time, but I mean from the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. There's been a steady stream of figures. So, but I do like certain ones, and I'm more interested in the glasses in these than I am the figures. But I'll keep the figures with them in case somebody else wants them. But anyway, this one I saw purposely. Poor Luke. This is an Empire Strikes Back Luke Skywalker glass. Okay, this is from like the 2003, I guess, 2004 Saga collection. I wanted the fact that the figure was falling out because I wanted to take the glass out. So, actually, I think this guy might have already done it. This thing opened up pretty easily. All right, and another thing I was loving is the fact that now I will say this: I have a feeling that this was definitely. Yep, I think. Let me double check. I'm going to open it up fully. Yep, I think this was definitely an opened box. Now, I don't know for sure, but I don't think this guy scammed me or anything, but he does not include his lightsaber. But you know what? That's okay. So I'm gonna just you know how I display these? There's a glass, right? There's Luke, very much reminiscent. It's just a hard plastic. All right, but I love the imagery. But then so I don't lose the figure. That's how I display it. So this will go down there. In fact, at the conclusion of this video, I'll take you downstairs and I'll show you the whole line there. Okay. All right, moving on. Moving on. Let's go to this baby. Okay. I was curious how people are going to package these, because some of these boxes, some of the size of these things, they're not quite right for like priority mail or things like that. Now we have, this one's a little bit later, 2005, Revenge of the Sith, Yoda. All right. Let's get this one open. Yeah, because it's funny, like now I'm more inclined than ever to just unbox the figures. I honestly believe whether I sell them in a yard sale or I sell them, on eBay, I feel like I have a better shot of getting the figures sold and for a decent amount if I sell them complete and loose. Ooh, don't lose your cane. Don't lose your cane. Oh, put the cane back in there. So most of these figures, I believe all of the figures are in fact repacks of other figures. So you're not really I don't think they did any repaints or anything. But there's Yoda. But more importantly than that, another Empire Strikes Back. So cool. Just want to make one quick thing. Okay, just want to make sure there were no catalogs. Okay. Now this one, I believe, is 2. I think. Because there was somebody who had 2 glasses. Now I don't remember if... Yep, okay. Now that's fortunate. If you can find a twofer and you don't need to... You got one they're both Star Wars. And you don't need to... Because if you can get 2 and save on shipping, that's... When it comes to eBay, it's all about the shipping. Because even when they say, a little hint, when they say free shipping, what they're saying is that they have absorbed the cost of shipping into the price that you're paying in the auction, which is fine. I mean, people need to. It's not a charity. People are making money here. They're trying to do stuff. They're trying to make a sale. Okay. So, oops! Don't lose my thing. Okay. So. Here's the Han Solo. Again, I'm sure, I know it's a repack. Not because I don't remember exactly when. But this 2005 period, though, was a sweet time for figures. They were doing all sorts of great things. They were doing really different types. They were doing a lot of repacks, repaints, but then they were doing new stuff all over the place. Look at all the Revenge of the Sith figures that came out. I don't know about that Harrison Ford look. That's a little weird, but I do love that one. And you got the Stormtroopers and the X-Wings. So cool. All right, last one. Okay. Princess Leia. Princess Leia, before your execution, I would like you to be my guest at a ceremony that will make this battle station operational. No star system will dare oppose the Emperor now. Ooh, she comes with her gun. Ooh, tough getting her out. Yeah, remember, Princess Leia has had kind of a wonky... she's had a wonky future when it came to... history. Wonky history, not future. When it comes to the way her figure was designed by the Hasbro people later on. I mean, her figure for the Vengeance time was fine, but they... Oh my god, this gun is, I've got to say, is a bit... It's... Alright, now I'm pretty sure that this gun was not this big. In fact, I find it interesting. It almost looks like they want her to carry it like a... oh my god! It's like carrying a sawed-off shotgun there. It's crazy. But it's a good likeness. Back in the day, when they were sculpting. I mean, nowadays it's all like really super realistic because of the scanning. And there's Leia. There they are in the trash compactor. And then there they are. Salt on the wound, Chewie. I know, no medal for you. Salt on the wound. But it is a great, it's awesome. I mean, I love that gun, but yeesh. All right, so that will do it for this episode. Let's see if I can get them all in my hands. I don't know if I can. I will try. So 2 Empire and 2 Empire and 2 Star Wars, right? And let's, you know what? I'm not going to conclude the video yet. Let's go put them down in the collection and see how they look. So here we are. A complete collection. 8, 9, 10, I believe 14 cups. 14 altogether. Leave a comment if I'm off one, if I'm missing any. We got Yoda. Yoda, Han, well, I should reverse those to go in order, but Darth Maul, Anakin, Grievous, a lot of Revenge of the Sith. I think they got their own like set. Obi-Wan, Clone Trooper, old Ben Kenobi, Leia, Luke from Hoth, Vader, Leia, Boba Fett, Stormtrooper. Definitely got to find a new place for them because this is the bottom of the basement, and if we get any floods, any hurricanes, they're going to be the first thing to go. I don't really mind if they got damaged because they're plastic and they'll dry off and clean off easily, but they're going to float away because they're light. So I'll do some moving around and find a place for them. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you at the next video.